Yes. Sorry for the delay actually. Yeah. Man Nmap if I'll do. So I think some of you have heard about this tool Nmap. So it's a very powerful tool. Network mapper is the full form they have given. And the best part is it is the open source tool. And most of the scanning in ethical hacking and penetration testing, the first phase of the scanning is done by the Nmap itself. Okay. So either it's a beginner or expert or a professional, they all will use Nmap as their tool, as their buddy, which will help them to identify the services, the ports, and different vulnerabilities present on a server or a IP address hosting by a server, right? So quickly we'll see some of the small scans, some 2, 3 scans, 3, 4 scans we'll see. So most basic scanners Nmap. Okay, we'll see first with the IP address. So 10.182.3.234. This is the IP address of the Metasploitable application. It's already vulnerable application you are running. So if you simply put Nmap and IP address, it will give you one default scan means what are the well-known ports available according to the Nmap. It will give you in the result. So what are this? These are the services running on that IP address means this IP address belongs to one server or a system. On that system, these services are running FTP, SSH, Telnet, SMTP, and the respective ports are 21, 22, like respective ports are there 139, 512. What are these port numbers is? If somebody wants to access the service, they have to communicate using the same port number and this IP address. Means the socket which will be defined by this one, the communication that will be like FTP I want to connect is IP address and the port number 21. This is the only channel to connect to the FTP is the port number 21 because there are multiple services running on this application, this IP address, right? How I want to communicate? I want to communicate using the HTTP protocol. Want to connect the HTTP protocol, which port number should be used as 80. Means using the 80 port number plus this IP address, that socket will allow me to communicate, right? So this is just a most basic scan. It will give some normal port scan. And so now we'll enhance our scan using some different techniques. We'll say I want versions, okay, of the services running on this application. I'll show you why what is -se. After checking the output, you will get to know what is -small SWD. Okay, before that, I'll show you. If I want to check the particular port, how I can check is Nmap IP address -small p a specific port number for particular check. I want to check this port number is open or closed. It says filter. Okay, it is not showing it's open or closed. It says filter means some different kind of output is coming. It's not able to find out whether it is open or closed. I'll say 80. It says open. Yes, the service is HTTP and the state is open and it's running on top of TCP, right? So it may be a web service because it's HTTP protocol it is using on top of 80. If I say port number 22 and 23 and 24, I want to just check 3 ports. You can separate it by comma 22, 23, 24. So 22, 23 are open, 22 is running with SSH and it's telnet. 24 it said private mail, but it's saying filtered. So it may be closed or it may be filtered, right? So these are the 3 ports. You can check, and if you want to scan all the ports. Okay, I'll show you one file where you can see what are the ports related to the services. /etc/services, the file where you can check all the well-known ports and their respective services in a Linux system. Starting from 1 to, I think, 65535. What are the well-known ports available? Means well-known services running on the port numbers. These all port numbers you can check from the file called /etc/services. Okay. In the sequence, we have given the TCP and UDP, which are the transport protocol they are using, the that port numbers is using, the service it is using, like DNS53, it will use TCP as well as UDP, right? So both the things it is available in this file. Okay. So just if you want to study about the port numbers, you can use that one. Now we'll come back to Nmap 10.182. So TCP IP UDP, yes, the Sanjay sir will define you definitely in the well good manner, because sir is having a different session for him. So I think you will get a better understanding in that one, right? So TCP and UDP are the physical protocols of the transport layer. One is the connection less protocol and one is the connection oriented protocol. There's a major difference for that, but you will get a better understanding what is the connection less and what is the connection oriented in such lecture. So in one line, I will say connection less protocol UDP, connection oriented protocol TCP. Okay. So 3.234 is our IP address when we are looking for the Nmap. And okay. Now I'll show you a port number of 21 and 22. I want to see the version of those services running on that application. Till now, what you are seeing that the port number, the application, the service running on that port number. Now we can see what is the version of that service running on that particular port. That is 21, right? So what is the significance of -SV? Small s means you have to select the type of scan, and the type of a scan is capital V. That is the version of that application, version of that service. So it is saying VSFTPD 2.3.4. This is the exact version of the FTP service running on the port number 21 on the system 10.182.3.234. Right? Same way. Okay. So we'll remove this one SV. I want to search all the most possible ports available in that application. So till now, what is happening is whatever the well-known ports are available in that application, it is scanning the well-known ports, the most possible services running on the application, and it is giving you the output. If I say -p-, it will give all the ports open in that application. There's a difference between well-known ports and all the ports, right? Well-known ports, all the well-known services that may or may not be installed on the application, but all the ports means whatever the ports are open on that application, it will show me here. So it will take too much time actually. I just wanted to show you how it will work, -p-. And if I want to see the output, the procedure of this one, I can go with the -v. That will give me the verbose output, means the more detailed output. If you give double V, it will give you more verbose, and it will go till 3 times V. Verbose. Okay. So I'll use small -v. So it is giving me out different outputs, giving me output for searching. Okay. The same one by one step says I discovered open port, right? Like that. So well-known ports which are not present in the etc services, also the file which I've shown you, the etc services, those ports also can be checked using this commands. Means whichever port is open in that application, in that web server, please tell me. You are telling the Nmap, so please tell me whatever the possible ports open in that application. Please tell me. It doesn't matter to me whether it's a well-known or not known. Okay. So this will take too much time. I'll not wait for the full scan. So we got how to check for the specific port, how to check the version of that service running with the SV, and small basic scans are there with SYN-scan are there, so that you have to learn for the protocols and all that flags you can set. And there are plenty of things available. Okay, I'll show you how to you can use the network Nmap scripting engines using this one. So there's a by default scan type is -SC, and I'll say -port number 21. So till here, you know, right? -p21 means on this port number 21 on this application, this 10.182 3.234, whatever is running, please tell me. I'm telling to Nmap. If I'll put one scan type small s with a C, means whatever the scripts present by the Nmap. Now, what is the scripts? There's an Nmap scripting engine available in the Kali Linux. It comes with along with the Nmap, which says what are the default scripts which are used to find out the vulnerabilities present on the port number 21. Means present on the service related to the port number 21. What are the possible vulnerabilities present in the web or in the Nmap database? It will run those scripts, the default scripts, right? So it will run those default scripts and tell you what are the vulnerabilities present in that one. So as it is in a local, it has given output very quickly. Okay. So it is giving me that FTP anonymous FTP login allowed. So what I have asked is Nmap, if you are having that Nmap scripting engine, and this scripting engine, if you're having some default scripts which can tell me the possible vulnerabilities present in the port number 21, that means for the FTP, please let me know. So Nmap is telling yes, these are 21 port number, and the best possible vulnerability according to my Nmap scripting engine is anonymous FTP login allowed. That means if I want to log in using FTP to this same IP address, which is 10.192.3.234, will allow me login as anonymously. Means either the password will be null or the password will be anonymous. We'll see. First, we'll check in null password, login failed. No problem. Okay, we'll try with the anonymous. Hope it should allow anonymous and anonymous username password. Yes, login successful, it says, right? So FTP login is successful anonymously, means username is anonymous, password anonymous. Why? How we got it? Nmap itself is telling that in my script, according to my scripting engine, there's a one vulnerability called as FTP anonymous login, FTP login allowed, right? So using this kind of default scripts, we can find out the vulnerabilities present on the services, particular services running on this application, right? So these are the default things. And if you want to modify the searches, there are many things available in the Nmap. Okay, I'll show you one OS scan that will show you what is the operating system running on this system. Let's say it has a -o. Okay, it requires a root privileges. So I'll put sudo, which will give me a root. Oh, okay. Yes, so I'll be in the root and I'll run Nmap IP 10.182.3.234-4. As a root, I'll search. We'll see if it can reveal what is the operating system running on this application. The saying is running on the Oracle VirtualBox, but what is the operating system? It's not exactly revealing the operating system, but it is saying something that it is running on the Oracle VirtualBox, right? So I think the fingerprint is not matching with this one. We'll see our IP address of this one if we can find out possibly. This is the IP address of the Windows host where I'm running this operator, this virtual machines. So we'll see whether it is giving any output. No, auto detection, please report in. I think some problem with Nmap, but yes, it reveals actually. There's some problem with Nmap is there. I think was detection performed, please report in now. Let's see aggressive scan if we can give. So anyway, for information, hyphen was a tag for checking the fingerprint, which will tell you what is the operating system of this machine. Hyphen A is for aggressive scan. It is a combination of 4 or 5 types of scan, which will include OS scan as well as some multiple scripts scans, the default script scan, and some scans with the SYN flag and Xmas scans like that. It's a combination of scans. So hyphen A will denote as aggressive scan, combination of different types of scan that is also can be used to identify the operating system. Okay. This SMB OS discovery was taken. It has given me the name of the computer. So it's an aggressive scan, so combination of different types of scans. So it is giving me the information with SMB OS discovery named as, yes, operating system is Unix based. OS, it says Unix based. Okay. It will be a Debian. Okay. It will be a Debian of version 3.0.2.0. And it is revealing the name of, it is giving the name as a Metasploitable. Yes, exactly. The name of the machine is Metasploitable. Fully qualified domain name it is showing me, operating system it is showing me Unix. Otherwise, we can see if yes, this is the fingerprint will look like, yes, TCP/IP fingerprint. It will look like this one. And here it should give me the operating system, but I don't know exactly why it is not giving anything. Some problem with the network protocol here, I think. But it will reveal here. So if you want to try, you can try with your own. It will reveal here what kind of operating system is available in that particular IP address, right? So this is a very powerful tool. Nmap, some 2-3 types of basic scans we have seen. There are many scans available for the Nmap. You can customize according to your need. Precisely, you can do it. Means it can have a packet size also. You can decide whatever the request you are sending, what will be the packet size. You can bypass the firewall also. If you can, means not all firewalls, at least basic firewalls. If there's no much protections other than the firewall, you can bypass those things also. Right. So I hope the active and passive scanning is understood to everybody. So we'll break for a lunch, and maybe we'll come back by 2, I think. I'll just check the schedule. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so we'll take a lunch break and we'll come by 1:45. The next session will starting at 1:45. Thank you so much.